this mark over means that or sometimes they take a shortcut and just say So it's this sound again, If you see an Asian person with this name, NG, it's I was in the bank and I saw one of the tellers had that name tag. I said, oh, your name is And this person said, yeah, Europeans usually put a vowel in front of it. I said, well, I'm only half-assed European. So then, anytime you see this mark above a letter, that means the voice inflection goes up, because it's when you start speaking any language, you learn the rhythm or the song of the language. Now, Masset is kind of monotone. They don't have as much, whereas Skidegate is much more musical sounding, like we'll say I, and I think Masset says Hadi, something like that, and the Skidegate say Haida. So it's Haida guy. But this NG sound, you don't find it in any of it's the Athabascan family of languages. The Salish don't have this sound. If you ever saw Chief Dan George in a movie, you'd hear him say hang, he says han. Sing, he says sin. And I told him about the priest out there in Haida got sick, and so he went sent to hospital, and a replacement came to fill in for him. So the first Sunday he was preaching, everybody went to hear what he's like, and he started yelling at, "You're all a bunch of sinners!" You know, real hellfire and brimstone, but they were impressed. So next Sunday they went and he started in again, "You're all a bunch of sinners!" One lady jumped up and says, "You're wrong! Some of us are drummers!" So anyway, on this alphabet sheet, like it says, A is like you and son, or aditsi, and the double A is like A and father, all, which is a paddle. We'll be doing a ceremony sometime in a few months called All-I dancing under the paddle. And then the double A-Y is like the I and lie, Gwai. Now if you see the way Haida Gwai is written, I think I'm the culprit that made the mistake, because it's spelled W-A-I-I, which would be Gwai, because the double E-I makes an E. Gwa, E is the way you pronounce that. So the proper spelling is Gwai. The double A and a Y comes I, Gwai. And CH, Masset tends to use a TS sound, where we use a CH, like we'll say chin. They'll call it chin. And then D is in dog, D is in, I put that in there as antler, like the word antler, A-N-T-L-E-R, but replace the T with a D and it becomes antler, dl, that dl sound. And then E-I is pronounced as A in, it's A, that H-L sound, A, sound like you're going to spit on somebody, A, yeah, A, through the sides of your cheek, A, yeah. And just say them slowly so that it's more understandable to people that aren't familiar with hearing it, whereas the ones who are fluent speakers, they can figure it out. And then this one here, the G with a line under it. this would normally be hot dog, but this G with a line under it is pronounced like an H with a hairball stuck in your dog. Down here, hot dog. And then, so the word that you have on your list there is handle. That's water. Handle. Whereas we have another G sound. It's with a cap over the top of it. This one we pronounce as g, like gumju. But the one with the line under it, the Skiddigates pronounce it the way we pronounce this one. So their word for hunt is gundle. Gundle. So it's, and then Masset is the same as Heidelberg. But some of them, I think maybe it's just a different version of it, but it sounds like it's a lazy way of speaking. So that's that G with a line under it. There's no English equivalent. HL is flu, I is in pin, double E is EA and beam, J is in jump. Then there's your raven sounds, ka, 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 ka. Yeah, so there's ka and ka, ka, ka. Yeah, you got it. Just go around saying that to people and they'll send you for medication. That's what this Charles Natcom at home used to say. You know, there's medication for that. And then this L here with a pinch mark. I'll just make a capital L at the beginning. What that means is you hold the air in. You hold the air in and then force stop. La, la, So you push it from the, tighten your muscles in the abdomen, because we'll have it with other letters too. M, N, and then the NG thing is Oh, this one here is kind of fun, in a way. It's pronounced gay.
Gay.
Guy said, "What are you, queer?" I said, "Gay." He said, "What's the difference?" So gay means no.
Yeah.
But it's gay. Gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, gay.
Not so long.
What does it mean?
Huh?
What does that mean?
No.
No? No? Yeah.
Gay, yeah, no, gay.
Not I know.
Yeah.
My dad told us
Yeah.
guy at the cannery there at home one time, he said, "We don't have a way of saying no in Haida." He said, "Well, how do I know if you mean no?" He said, "If I don't do it, I meant no." P is in pipe, and then this one here too, it's almost like you're going to spit on somebody. Dup, 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 like duck Jew. That's somebody that's round. Then S is in seat, and that word sow. Sow is our word for organ. Sow, see that letter S is in seat, and then the Haida word sow, and then the T is in team, and then I'm not too sure this is correct. Tau. Oh, yeah,
Tau.
this is right this way, but when you, tau is just oil or grease. There's an island to the northwest of Heidelberg, about 8 miles out in the Gulf of Alaska, and the history tells of how the island turned upside down in a major earthquake. And also, it plays a prominent role in the story of during a drought, how ravens stole water. But when you go to that island, these two are reversed. They do things opposite. When they go in a tent, they walk in backwards. When they come out, they walk backwards. Greece is called whereas water is called toe. It's a way of remembering that the island was turned upside down. It's also a story of a woman who gave birth to some dogs, I think it is something like that. And wherever they traveled, that was our boundaries. I don't remember that story, I know of it. But anyway, so how, and what we've got, now this word here, this XU is that's a seal. It's down here. Hetau is seal oil. Setau is hooligan oil. That's from the word sow. Setau. Tau. And the other one is called moda tau. Motor oil. If you'll notice in that alphabet, there's no R and there's no V. And here's another one. This T with a pinch over here. Actually, this is the word for chitons, or we call gumboos. But if we make this with an L, you know those, down on the beach you got these little clusters of kelp-like stuff with bulbs on the end of it? That's what this is, And if your hands, especially with women, they get dry and cracked, you take the bulbs from those as kelp things and pop them, and there's a sort of a sticky, slimy fluid in there. You rub it in there, and it heals very, very quickly. But also, we used to use this in our gardens. There's a starfish that's going extinct. I hope it doesn't. It's a great big starfish called a sun star. Those things are just dissolving. They're just, nobody knows what's happened, some kind of virus. But in the spring, we'd go get our gardens ready for scusi, potatoes. And the way it was on the Alaska side, we didn't get sent away to school until we finished grade 8. So there were no teenagers in the village, all those younger ones. And we didn't have residential schools, so we didn't have the priests and all that other stuff that happened here. But anyway, when we'd go to start getting the gardens ready, most of the kids would go to the garden places and dig them up. In the meantime, one group would go to get this toad, get a big pile of it on the beach, and then some of us went and got the starfish. And we'd take a wash tub and cut the starfish into legs, about this long, and then cut up the body, but we left it in that tub with the liquid. And the others, when they would dig a hole for the potatoes, there's a little deeper spot right here. And this is where we put the starfish. And then our potatoes, we didn't call them potato-wise, we call them scoosage. Oh, that's spud ass. It's the other end. So it was put in here, and then you had a mound of dirt, and then up here's where the toe would be put over the top of it. And we would leave it and not go back till fall time. Go back, there's no weeds, and you're getting nitrogen from the starfish and also from the kelp. But there's salt in there too. For some reason, weeds wouldn't grow near it. And we used to get a lot of potatoes, and in the fall time, we grade 8 would be gone, way to high school, and so the class behind us, then they would go and dig them up. And when it was our turn, we went out to a place, it's called Johnny Bennett's Creek, but it was really belonged to a man named Jimmy Spoon. His father of the Spoon is his name. And I got lazy. So I sat down on a log, and 100 meters or so, blue jay was making a lot of noise. And this lady, Nellie Baranovich, her daughter taught Haida for a long time, Irma Lawrence. But anyway, she asked, "Why are you sitting there?" I said, "I'm listening to a glide talking over there. I'm trying to figure out what he's saying." She said, "I know what he's saying." I said, "What?" "Slow, slow, slow. You know, you're asked, you're asked, you're asked." I said, "How come it's saying that?" "Because you're not supposed to be sitting on yours."
Get off your ass.
Off your dead ass and on your dying feet. So that's the pinch T. Then the TL, like his antler. And then this TL. Anytime you get this pinch over here, then it's like and this is the tongue is right against the room and push the ear outside. TL is in is the husband. See, we move our mouth, but they say the only way you can tell somebody's lying is if their lips are moving. And our lips don't move. So this TL is, again, it's that like you're going to spit on somebody. I keep telling
So
my
what
wife
is-
I never lie. If you don't believe it, ask me.
What is
She's never asked.
Talal?
Husband.
Oh.
Tall.
Tall, I mean, oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
And then the next one is the TS.
That's husband?
Yeah, it's on your list there.
Is it on there?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Wow.
And this TS.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
This TS, again, there's no English equivalent. The word they use on here, tongue, that normally refers to the front teeth because, see, that's the name for beaver too, is because of his teeth, tongue. It's that NG sound again, tongue, and the short A, tongue. And then the U is like in put, and there's that underlined K which is ka, ko. And the double U is pronounced like the double O in moon. Ooh. And so, but we don't separate it from sinu. So that's that double U is pronounced as like double and moon, and the word they had reduce is a cat. I think we got that word from French or Spanish, I don't know. And the W is pronounced like wind, but wool, yeah, wool is just wool.
Fair enough.
And then the W, again, this is one of the ones where you hold the air in. Wa. So it's wa, da, nai, nai. Wa, da, nai is what the words on there, that's for a store. Nai is just sort of like a dwelling place, a house.
What a night.
Wa, yeah. Wa, da, nai.
What a night.
Wa, da, nai, yeah. Wa, da, nai.
What a night.
Then the X. The X is like in Mexico, chi, Mexico, chi.
Oh.
And this one here is the one that makes us a linguistic isolate, that nobody else speaks a language related to ours. It's because of that sound. And again, it's something you have to practice. Actually, you can put your finger right down here and practice making it tight so you go ha, 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 wrong. That sounds like Sir Lancelot when he was going off to the Crusades. He put a chastity belt on his wife, and he entrusted the key to his most trusted friend. And so they're riding off to go to the Crusades, and there's a horse coming at him. Sir Lancelot, wrong key, wrong key.
How will you know?
And then when it's got a cap over it, I don't know if there's one on yours. This X here is k, like lachen, k. Oh, here we go.
Dachen.